Welcome to the Green Wasp Removal YouTube channel. In this episode, we continue training and mentoring the Manchester University Wasp Survey team on August 26, 2024, as we take on a massive bald-faced hornet nest. That's the Vespula maculata. These are actually an aerial yellowjacket, even though we call them hornets. They have a distinctive black and white coloring and a white face, so they're often called bald-faced hornets or white-faced hornets. We collected all the adult wasps in this nest for Venom Immunotherapy purposes, and it was a very busy nest. We collected 2 full specimen bottles of bald-faced hornet adults. These were just the foragers out flying around. We then removed the paper envelope covering the brood comb, and we were able to expose a very large inner brood comb. There was 4 full levels of brood comb, including queen comb and worker comb and males, and it was absolutely packed with larvae, pupae, eggs, and worker wasps. And when we got it off of the tree, it weighed several pounds to hold it up. It was quite large and very filled with life. This nest would have produced another several hundred wasps easily, and we caught it at a time when it was very, very active. We took the nest apart in the field so we could take the wasps that were hiding in between the layers of the comb, and then we brought the rest of this comb back to the barn lab so we could incubate it for Venom Immunotherapy. And once the pupae on the nest hatch out, we could do several more collections on this nest. As always, thanks for riding along with us today. If you like the content you see on our channel, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment to let us know you're there. Now let's take you back to August 26, 2024, and we'll show you the entire job. Enjoy the show. August 26, 2024. Here we have a Vespula maculata nest. That's a bald-faced hornet, aerial yellowjacket. Large nest, probably the largest one we've seen so far in 24 season. This one's probably close to 2 feet tall and maybe a foot and a half wide, and good size. It'll have a very good large population. Beautiful nest. These are beneficial insects. Typically when they're in a place where they're not unsafe, you want to leave them where they are and let them do their job in the ecosystem, which is biological pest control and pollination. But when they're on a very dangerous place like this, they're only a couple of feet from the ground. You can't mow the lawn, the kids can't play, you walk your dog by here, you're at risk. So these have to go. But typically, if they're way up high in a tree, or if they're out in some other place where there's no people, you just leave them alone. And we have here a massive 2-foot long bald-faced hornet nest. We're about to start vacuum extraction on this. We're here with Katie today from the Manchester University Wasp Survey team. You ready for this one, Katie?
Ready.
All right, let's do it. Give it a pretty good amount of suction. Maybe a little more than usual.
It's a little fall.
Okay. Getting a lot of glare. Let's let them focus on the collection device instead of us. There you go, perfect. So as you can see, Katie stands very still, and she has the maximum extension on the pole. This allows us to stay generally away from the swarm and lets them focus on the collection device instead of us. Quick note on voiceover here. This was an extremely hot day. We were very, very tired from the heat, and the wasps were feeling the same. They were outside their nest, sitting on the envelope paper that surrounds the nest near the ventilation holes and fanning their wings. Fanning helps them regulate the temperature in the nest. So far, the alarm pheromone has not gone off. That's why they're not swarming and attacking too badly. Whenever we work on a nest of this size that has a very large population, for swarm control purposes, we tend to just collect as many foragers as we can before we disturb the nest too much. and just collect them as they're coming and going on their regular foraging routes. We were in a busy neighborhood. There's a lot of houses on this street, on this side of the street. There's a field on the other side, but along the side we were working, there was a lot of properties. A lot of people were home, so we had to make sure to keep this relatively stable and under control throughout the removal.
So it's just a matter of patience. If you just let them collect themselves with the device, you can avoid a major swarm. Keeping it quiet and not vibrating it too much. And you notice here, Katie has dual visors. Very important with bald-faced hornets. They will keep attempting to attack you and get to your skin through the veil. This keeps the skin away from the veil. She's also got glasses on that protects her eyes from some of the venom spray. I'm doing the same myself. 2 visors and safety goggles. They will spray a lot of venom if they start to swarm.
Here we're going to freeze the image a minute and just let you know in the next few seconds of this clip, you're going to see 3 dive bombers go right for the camera lens and attempt to sting it. And you'll see how fast and how instantaneously these hornets can get you. So if you're walking by and you're unprotected, there is no time to react. They're going to get you. They're going to sting you if you're anywhere near this nest unprotected. Just listen to these things hit the lens. Once they become aware that the nest is under threat, they hit us like that all the time. In the veil, in the head, in the body. If we didn't have suits on, we'd be getting stung every time.
We're going to take a measurement on this nest. Yeah, it looks like close to 24 inches long. So the alarm pheromone's starting to go off. You can see their behavior start to change a little. That's perfect placement. They're coming and going, getting sucked in, whether they're leaving or arriving. How you doing? You good? Right now it's been nice and slow and mellow, so if you want to keep that up, you can.
I have to admit, I like this part.
All right, that's good. Let's just let it roll then, as long as you like.
The advantage here.
Yeah, if you're not in any rush, then this is a nice, easy way to do it. And we're catching them all as they come back from foraging in the fields. So what they're doing is they're going out into this beautiful landscape and they're hunting insects, pest insects, and they're bringing them back to this nest and they're feeding them to the larvae in the nest. That is what wasps do. It's their main job in the ecosystem. These are aerial yellowjackets, even though we call them hornets. They're actually yellowjackets, related to yellowjackets. Vespula maculata. Very beneficial pollinators and biological control agents, catching thousands and thousands of pest insects every day in nests like this size. So it's good to have an ecosystem. But man, when it's only a few feet from where you're mowing the lawn, it has to go. There's neighbors very close by, there's children close by. Cannot have this here. So these will be collected for Venom Immunotherapy, and that's an excellent use for something like this. It'll be a very good large population for that we'll be able to freeze for the season and then ship to biolabs later at the end of the year. A great collection going so far. They can smell the attack pheromone coming through the vent on the vac, and that's why they kind of hover around the vac and attempt to attack it. How you doing for fatigue? You all right? Okay. Katie's solid as a rock.
Katie's happy to be patient with this nest.
Yes. Katie is smart to be patient with this nest because it's a big one. You don't want that whole nest swarming, that's for sure. Let's keep this right about here. All right, so what Katie's going to do now is change out the bottle because we've got enough in here that it's starting to affect the suction pressure on the vacuum. You have the cap?
I do.
Great. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, ready.
Which is quite full. We're going to leave it in the cool shade on the ground where it's a little bit less prone to being overheated.
I'm happy to tag out if you want to.
Yeah, I'll jump in, that's fine.
I got a new shipment of tape.
Great, we're going to need it. Let's rig this right here too. shortcut. Here we go. Here's the second bottle. Can't see any of the fog so much, but hopefully that's focusing a little bit. Bring that thing around a little bit more. Let's see it. Check suction on that, will you? Good?
Yep.
We should all be coming home to roost here pretty soon for the night. So it's a good time to collect it. They're coming back from the fields where they're out foraging. And they usually start getting back in around now. I'm gonna grab the pole and give it a couple yanks.
You want me to do that?
I got it. Let's have you found. So we're shaking the nest by yanking on the tree branch. That agitates them enough to get them out swarming, the few that are left in the nest.
They've really diminished.
What's that?
They've really diminished.
Yeah, we've got most of them in the collection bottles now. So I think it's time we do a little bit of nest removal. Man, it's such a beautiful nest. I hate to dismantle it. So we've gotten most of the adult wasps collected. That's all the foragers, all the attackers, those that work on the comb. And now that the swarm has diminished to the point where it's relatively safe to do so, we're going to cut this nest down and contain it. I'm going to start removing the paper, get the last few out that are there. Okay, so here we have a large and beautifully developed bald-faced nest. You see these tall silk caps that are taller than the short ones. These are going to be your queens and your males. The shorter ones are going to be your workers. And they're kind of mixed up around this nest. But these are all going to be queen cells. They're all quite large on that last comb. This is the newest comb built. And then these is kind of a mixed bag. You've got some that are reproductives, the large ones, some that are workers, the smaller ones. But that's just a massive nest. If you look at it against my hand, for comparison in size, that's a big one. And here's the second bottle, very full. This is a very large population nest. Well done, Katie. How you feeling?
A little warm, James.
Me too. I'm ready to get out of here. That is quite the layer cake.
Beautiful.
Beautiful nest. Big, big size. Very heavy. Several pounds. So here's our nest. It's a big dog. Very, very large nest. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers built into multi-sections. All right, so Katie's going to remove the rest of this. Yeah, let's take it all down, then we'll suck them up as they come back to the branch. You want me to hold this? Let me give you a hand so you can use 2 hands on it. Very tough material stuck to these branches. You need a cutting tool. I'm going to let this go for a second. All right, so put that right up where the nest was and just keep collecting. We're going to get more of the foragers as they come back now. And the interesting thing is, they'll go and explore any dark hole. So if you put a dark hole up where their hole used to be, they'll explore it and they will get sucked up right into the collection device. Bring your pole down here for a second. I'm going to twist you off each one of these. And we'll just suck up whatever comes out. Good. There you go. So what we're doing now is just letting the device hang in the tree where the nest was, and it gets a few of the last foragers sucked up here and there as they come back and explore the branch.
So far, sting-free.
Yep, sting-free, that's what we like. Sting-free, but about 100 pounds lighter from sweating. Man, so hot. That's a full bottle. Beautiful night. Let me look right down the barrel there. Good collection in there.
Oh, wow. It's stuff.
Oh, no wonder. Okay. Here, let me poke it through. Okay. All right, that is a good collection as well. Full house. Nice. Good job, Katie. Well done. That's 2 full bottles.
All
work.
it took was a call to the hotline.
That was it. Good job. Good job. What I'm going to do now is use this sprayer, which is filled with a non-toxic essential oil, soap, and water. And we're going to spray down the branches up here and scrub away some of the debris from the nest that remains on the branches. And this just makes it less hospitable for them. So the few foragers that are coming back that we couldn't collect, they won't last here very long, and they won't rebuild typically. All right, so Katie with the Manchester University Wasp Survey team has helped us pull down a very large number of Baldfaced Hornets. A good sized nest we'll be able to go ahead and pupate out in captivity, and so we'll be able to collect on that again several times. So good job, Katie, thank you.